The word spectacular could describe this pass perfectly. It has all the elements of a classic gravel road pass, of intrigue, danger, spectacular views and technical driving. This pass ranks in position number 31 nationally in the most altitude gained category with a walloping 658 vertical meters. This is one of our favorite passes in the Eastern Cape, and it is drivable in a normal car but in fair weather only. When it rains heavily and the surface gets muddy, you will need a 4x4. Gravel roads can change overnight, so always take this into consideration before attempting this pass. This rather obscure road is neither a shortcut nor a main route to any specific place, but the two tiny settlements of Ida in the south and Clifford in the north do get a mention, as they just happen to be at either terminus of this pass over the Drakensberg. We filmed this pass from north to south. The approach roads from either end are exceptionally beautiful, traversing peaceful farms set amongst lush valleys and surrounded by towering sandstone mountains. It's interesting to note several attractive sandstone farmhouses that appear to have been abandoned. On the day of filming, the road had recently been graded and was in excellent condition. It's not often like this, and travelers should expect rockfalls, corrugations and washaways as the norm. The total length of the pass is just under 10 kilometers, and you'll need at least 20 minutes excluding stops to complete the drive. The northern start is marked by the crossing of the Saalboom Rivier via a low-level concrete bridge. From this point the northern ascent begins and continues through many bends, corners and curves for 3 kilometers at an average gradient of a comfortable 1 in 20, although there are 1 or 2 sections where the gradients do steepen to 1 in 12. The road follows a tributary of the main river for most of the ascent, remaining on its southern side for the first 2 kilometers, where the river splits into 2 smaller streams. The road then crosses the more southern tributary at the 2.1 kilometer mark, where that tributary also splits into another 2 smaller streams. The pass was named after Dr. Otto du Plessis, a popular political figure at the time and one-time Minister of Health. He was born in 1905 and passed away in 1983. There's a hospital near Bredasdorp named after him, as well as the road down the Gamkaskloof to Die Hel, which also officially bears his name. One of the main roads in Cape Town's Atlantic suburbs is also named the Otto du Plessis Drive. The third stream crossing also marks the end of most of the corners, and the road now straightens out into the south-southeast for a long straight climb of 800 meters towards the final bend of the ascent. At the 2.7 kilometer mark there's yet another stream crossing where the road changes direction slightly into the southeast for the final 400 meter pull up to the summit point, which is reached at the 3.1 kilometer point and marked by a stone obelisk set well away from the roadside to the west in an otherwise treeless and fairly flat little plateau. The obelisk is set on private farmland, so if you want to photograph it, please rather use a zoom lens in favor of trespassing. The inscription, which is in Afrikaans and translated, reads as follows. This memorial is in honor of Dr. Otto du Plessis, who opened this pass on the 21st of March 1959. A little lower down on the obelisk, a second plaque reads, unveiled by Nico Malan, Administrator of the Cape on the 1st of November 1961. The 2,115 meter high summit of the pass is subject to cold weather, strong wind, mountain mists, rain, hail and snow. Try and plan your drive over this pass on a clear weather day for maximum enjoyment. Should you encounter heavy snow on the pass, please retreat and return on another day for your own safety. Continue for 300 meters past the summit point, where you'll find an old frame on the left-hand side of the road with a set of concrete tables and benches. You'll not find a more scenic spot like this anywhere else in South Africa, with marvelous views over the Tsomo River Valley. The views are gigantic, and rumor has it that on a clear day one can see the Indian Ocean. The southern section traverses farmlands, forests, rivers and sandstone outcrops. Once you've savored the tranquility and the grand views, it's time to tackle the southern descent. This is the more spectacular part of the pass, where you'll descend continuously for 6.7 kilometers, losing 658 meters of altitude, which converts into a very steep descent gradient of 1 in 10. Be sure to watch part 2 of this video series, which deals with the rest of the southern descent.
you.